Let's get into it. Coach Colin show. I'm always about to say sold not for sale. Oh, man. Anyways, let's get right into it. Donald Trump has taken away Joe Biden's security clearance. I'm telling you, man, Trump is, people thought the revenge was going to be forceful. It's not that forceful type of revenge. He's only doing things that make sense, and he's doing the things by the book. I love it. He says there's no need for Joe Biden to have to continue receiving access to classified information. 100% true. Therefore, we are immediately revoking Joe Biden's security clearances and stopping his daily intelligence briefings. Can I just say, crazy that he's still getting briefings. Why? I would love to see who's in the room with him when he gets those briefings. Because is he getting them by himself? Or is he getting them sitting next to Blinken and this person and that person? Because that's crazy. He set this precedent. I love this. He set this precedent in 2021 when he instructed the intelligence community to stop the 45th president of the United States, me, from accessing details on national security provided for a courtesy for former presidents. The Her report revealed, let me make sure you guys can see that. The Her report revealed that Biden suffers from a poor memory and even in his prime, quote unquote, could not be trusted with sensitive information. I will always protect our national security. Joe, you're fired. Make America great again. Wow, I love it. I absolutely love it, as it should be. Let's go through a couple of videos here, just see what the mainstream is saying about this whole thing. We'll start with Fox and we'll jump over to CNN and see what kind of spin they're putting on everything.
Just in the past minute or so, President Trump is now revoking the security clearances for former President Biden. President Trump saying on Truth Social moments ago, quote, "There is no need for Joe Biden to continue receiving access to classified information. Therefore, we are immediately revoking Joe Biden's security clearances and stopping his daily intelligence briefings." He set this precedent in 2021, accessing details on national security, a courtesy provided to former presidents. The Her report revealed that Biden suffers from, quote, poor memory, and even in his prime could not be trusted with sensitive information. I will always protect our national security. Joe, you're fired. Make America great again. Again, a Truth Social post moments ago from President Trump.
That's hilarious. I wanted to see if he would say that "you're fired" part. Let's see if they say it too. Let's go over here.
And good evening, I'm Erica Hill, in for Aaron Burnett. Out front tonight, the breaking news: President Trump just moments ago announcing that he is removing former President Biden's access to classified information. Now, that includes putting an end to his daily intelligence briefings and also revoking his security clearance. The president writing there is, quote, no need for Joe Biden to continue receiving access to classified information.
All right, I'm fine with a little bit overlap, but this is a bit much. We don't need to hear it a third time. Let's hear what else they have to say.
We have seen in just the last couple of weeks, it's about payback. You may recall Biden revoked Trump's access to intelligence weeks after the January 6th attack, at the time saying this.
I just think that there is no need for him to have that intelligence briefing. What value is giving him an intelligence briefing? What impact does he have at all, other than the fact he might slip and say something?
Jeff Zeleny is out front live at the White House for us tonight. So, Jeff, is this really more of a tit for tat? What's behind all of this?
Well, it's definitely a tit for tat. There's no question about that. And President Biden clearly has been on the mind of his successor quite often. We've heard it in day after day, speech after speech. President Trump still referring to President Biden. He did it in today's economic report. He did it in a speech yesterday. But look, this is something that the president, as he was flying down to Mar-a-Lago, where he's spending the weekend, posted on social media out of the blue that he decided to revoke the daily classified briefings. There's no doubt that this is just one in a series of steps. Right after President Trump took office, he revoked the security clearances for several former officials. So this is a continuation of that, if you will. But there's no question when President Biden made those comments you just played there, Erica, he could not have envisioned or imagined that Donald Trump would be back in the White House only 4 years later.
No, it's an excellent point, Jeff. When we look at this, though, when it comes to, give us just a sense of the precedents here, right, in terms of former presidents security clearances, daily briefings. How does that generally work?
Look, I'm told that presidents actually and former presidents do not have security clearances. Once you are president, of course, you have access to whatever classified information you would like to have. If you're a former president, unless you had a security clearance before from, say, a previous job in perhaps the FBI or the intelligence community, you do not have a security clearance, but you are entitled to a briefing. And the reason former presidents get briefings is when they go out and give speeches or talk to groups or perhaps have discussions with foreign leaders, they're given some intel on what they can say. And in the case of Jimmy Carter, for example, he received intelligence briefings because he was still going around the world. So he was briefed on things and then he would come back with things he heard. So that is the reason for former presidents having a security briefings here, though. But as for the security clearance, the people I've talked to, at least just quickly here, believe that is essentially irrelevant. But the daily briefings, that is something President Trump can do. It's what Biden did 4 years ago.
Absolutely. Erica? Jeff Zeleny at the White House with the breaking news for us. Appreciate it. Thank you. Also with us tonight, David Axelrod, Aaron Perine, and Ryan.
Oh, yeah. Like, I want to hear from a panel of these guys. All look so sad. Look at them. Jeez. They all wear those glasses. What is with these glasses? What are these woke frames? The woke bifocals? What's going on there? Why do they... The Rachel Maddow deluxes, you know? Why do they all get those? It's like they graduate to a certain level, you know? You get enough shill points, they end up giving you a pair of those glasses. So there is no need. And I love that clip of Biden saying, you know, oh, what's the real need of him having any of this clearance? 100%. You know, what's the need for it? Why on earth should Biden have that type of clearance? Like I just referenced before, who's with him? Is he going to be sitting next to Jill? Like, how does that briefing happen? You know? Because they're not in the White House anymore. They're at home. So what kind of briefing are they getting? Are they getting it sent to them? Are they having a sit down with somebody and they're being told everything? And why do they need to be told everything? You know? I don't really get it. When it comes to Biden, I mean, let's be real. He could use it to enrich himself. It's not out of the ordinary when we look at all the past alleged interactions that he's had. So I think this is a great move by Trump. The fact that he's taking it away from so many people, you know, it's very necessary, you know, especially when there are people who go out of their way to undermine him. But it also brings up the question, is Obama still getting these briefings? If he is, why? Why? I love Trump. I think he should be proud. I think he's an incredible president. There's never been anything like this. We've seen, I think he's just finishing week 3. This is crazy. He's brought in like $2.5 trillion. They found almost $1 trillion in government waste. He's spectacular. But why would he keep getting briefings and have clearance and all this stuff afterwards? I don't think Biden, especially because his memory is shot. Whoever he's around is going to have the information. They're going to use it for whatever benefits they need to use it for. You know, his son can't be trusted with the information. It's just, and plus they all have these preemptive pardons for the rest of their lives, no matter what happens. It's like, yeah, of course, take that away from him. But I just don't see why any president would have that. You know, the whole excuse that the CNN shill guy just made up of, well, he didn't make it up. I'm sure that's what he's heard, but I'm being charitable. You know, they go around the world and then they hear things and they bring it back. It's like, I don't know. I don't really see that as a reason for you to need that type of clearance, you know? And then Biden saying, you know, he's going to slip up and say something. Trump's not going to slip up and say anything. What would happen, you know what? And I almost take that back, because if he had had access to everything that was going on, maybe he would have slipped up and said something. And I don't mean in like a memory lapse type of way. Maybe he would have been like, hey, Biden's not running the country. I know he's not. I hear the briefings. He's not even involved. He's not doing anything. Everybody's making decisions. Maybe Trump would have been like, this is crazy. You guys have no idea. I get these briefings every day. Biden's barely involved. It's all other people moving the pieces for him. Maybe he would have said something. Maybe that's why he didn't need access. I don't know. Very, very interesting stuff, man. This is the first time in a presidency, this didn't happen with Obama, where I can't wait to see what's next. It's just more to come every single time. Every time is a win. And listen, you're not going to agree with everything that happens that Trump does. You're just not. That wouldn't make any sense. But you're going to think some things are crazy. You're going to think some things, he's a person. You're never going to agree with a person 100% of the time. I get taken back when somebody comments and they're like, I agree with everything you say. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, well, they're going to be heartbroken because I'm going to say something that they don't agree with pretty soon. It's just a matter of time. I make videos every day. But I've never seen a presidency like this where it's like, what's going to happen next? What is he going to do next? And every single thing seems to be for the benefit of the nation. I haven't seen one thing that's just been for the benefit of him, It's interesting. And of course, I always like to tell you guys, I'm biased. Trump supporter here. Wanted to see him as president. I made video after video trying to show people while he was running why he would be the best president. I'm not getting paid by his organization, but I just like to let people know I have a bias so you understand what you're listening to. You know what I mean? I feel like that's our duty. More people should be doing that. But that's what's happened so far with the security clearance. I think we might see Secret Service get pulled next. We might see that. We might see it. I don't know. And listen, I'm not going to be happy about it, but I'm not going to stop smiling. Either. All right. I'm out of here, guys. Like, subscribe, turn on the notifications. Helps the channel tremendously. I'm out.